but watercress and Stilton soup. And I'm going to show you and break every rules of how to make a soup. Now in here I've got some chicken stock or vegetable stock, whichever really you want to use. It's entirely up to you, but we're going to break every rule in making this soup. We're going to add the ingredients to it, not salt it off beforehand. So what I've got is a selection of some nice chopped shallot, some garlic, about 2 cloves of garlic, a whole shallot just chopped, and then into there we're going to add some celery, because I love celery in the soup. I don't know about you, but I think celery is delicious. So we just chop up a little bit of celery, like that, to give an added flavour. Now I'm not going to put anything like carrots into there because I want it to stay nice and white. So we're going to add celery, the watercress and potato, which we're going to add to thicken our soup. Just a potato here. Now the secret with this is the smaller you cut the dice, the quicker the soup takes to cook. It's entirely up to you how big the pieces you want to put in there. So I'm going to chop these quite small because I want this soup to actually cook quite quickly in about sort of 5, maybe 6 minutes. So cut them up into small dice like that. And we can cut those through, there we go, into nice small dice. Make sure all the sizes are quite even, because otherwise you'll end up with sort of raw bits of potato or uncooked bits of potato in your soup, and you don't want that really. So we'll finish off, we're going to use about 1 potato for this dish. It'll be ample enough to probably thicken about a pint of chicken stock or vegetable stock for our soup. So pop that into there. And then all it's a matter of doing is popping all your ingredients into the pan. So first thing is, pile it all in. There we go. Pop all your potato, your celery, everything in together. And bring it to sort of a rapid boil. You can actually boil this quite rapidly once we start adding our ingredients in, so it cooks nice and quick. There we go. And finally what we're going to pop in there is 2 more ingredients. We've got some Stilton here. Coulston Bassett is best. Still lovely, creamy sort of texture to our Stilton. So just crumble it all in. Skin, a lot can go in there. Pop all that Stilton in there like that. So some double cream at this point, not single cream, because when we boil single cream, remember it's going to split. So we're going to pop in some double cream into our soup like that. Now what we do is bring that to the boil and cook that. You'll need to cook that for about sort of 5, maybe 6 minutes. That gives us enough time to finish off our soup, which we just need to finish off this with, of course, watercress. Take this off to one side, like that. Now the watercress I actually like in a soup right at the last minute because it retains all that nice colour and nice flavour. And I think it's a shame to actually add it in at the start because all the flavour suddenly disappears and it goes brown. So we're going to take a couple of bunches of watercress out of here. There we go. And just place that on a board and cut it through, just right through, just a couple of times, stalks and all, or warts and all, and then we can pop that into our pan, like that. Just allow that to wilt down slightly, there we go, pop another lot in there. Now remember that pan's got our potato, our stock, our cream, our cheese in there, our Stilton as well. Then all we have to do is then blend it, and I'm going to use one of these little stick blenders here, but we just blend it all up into a paste. That's it. If you've got one of these like table blenders, just be very careful when you actually blend hot soup because it creates a vacuum and it sprays all over. So if you are going to use one of those high blenders, make sure your soup is cold while you blend it, or you do it in smaller batches. Once we've got it all nicely finely blended, we need to season that with a bit of salt and pepper. So once we get to that stage, just take our blender out of the way, our ladle, and then season this with some black pepper, like that, and some salt. Quite a bit of salt I think soup quite needs, so a little bit of salt, there we go, and then stir this around so you've got all those nice flavours in there. See that lovely colour and sort of texture, that lovely green there from the watercress? You don't get that if you add the watercress at the start. You need to retain all that lovely colour, so when you pop it in that bowl, look at that, suddenly hits you in the face, all that fantastic green colour. We'll just pop the remainder in to there, like that. I actually like to finish off this soup with a little bit of creme fraiche, well a good dollop really, of creme fraiche on the top like that, probably a little bit more, there we go, and then a touch of olive oil sprinkled over the top like that. For me, watercress and Stilton soup, fabulous. So that's the soup finished.